Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Welcome to this second edition of the Football Focus show, in which we try to analyze football from an unbiased perspective, but we are unapologetically Cameroonian, and I have my brother here who is unapologetically a Nigerian. With me in studio today is Mr. Uche, football promoter, popular in Maryland and Washington D.C. area. He will then introduce himself so we can proceed to the next part of the show, which is to evaluate the game between Cameroon and Nigeria with their various uh, contestants. Today, that will be Cameroon versus Morocco and Nigeria playing against
Algeria.
Algeria. So, Mr. Oche, you have the floor and welcome to the Football Forecast show.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Happy to be here with my main football enthusiasts from years and years.
Yeah, 25 years,
The
right?
great Kaka.
Yeah.
We're here to talk some African football.
Yes, so Mr. Oche, give us your view with regards to how far Nigeria have performed in this competition and your thoughts with regards to what Cameroon have done this far in the competition.
Okay. Let me start first with the Cameroonian team since they play later today in about a couple of hours. They will be playing the host nation, Morocco, who themselves have they've given a very good account of themselves. They've been a good team. They've played good team football. The stars are showing up. Brahim Diaz, the star from Real Madrid. They've played pretty good. The Cameroonians have played, in my opinion, they've played okay. I feel they could be better, but the Cameroonian team for a few years now have not, been the Cameroonian side that we're
Accustomed
accustomed
to.
with in Africa. I mean, you could, you don't need to look uh, much further to see that they didn't even make the World Cup, just like the Nigerian team, you know, which was a huge disappointment to the whole of
Exactly.
the continent, the whole world. I know FIFA would, be so upset that there will be no Cameroon or Nigeria
The football giants in Africa.
in the World Cup here
Mm.
in the United States. But the Cameroonian team, I mean, you know, as bad as you can say about the Cameroonian team when it comes to the AFCON, they're always a powerhouse. They always figure out a way to pull through, you know. But I don't know if they would make it against Morocco, but I won't jinx them. The Cameroonian people are my people. I mean, so is the whole of Africa, but you know, they haven't really impressed me with the good team football. Even with their stars, the likes of Mbuemo, he's played, but I think he's done too much
Yeah.
tracking
He
back,
carries the
doing
weight.
a
He
lot.
carries the weight.
Yeah,
He carries too
yeah,
much
he
weight on his
carries a lot of
shoulders.
weight on that team. He's doing, which is taken away from his, offensive side that we expect from him, unlike a Brahim Diaz with Morocco, who, basically just
Do the offensive work.
sits up there and knows his job is to create the offensive part, of the team. So I mean, it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game. If I'm to predict, I would say Morocco goes through by a very slim margin. But hey, do not count out the indomitable lions of Cameroon.
Exactly. Exactly. And as you've heard from my personal brother here, we've been together for more than 25 years. His own opinion of football actually counts, and he have given us his own prediction. He thinks that Morocco will go through unapologetically. As a Cameroonian, I know Cameroon is going to go through. We have the firepower that is required for the stage like this. And will it change your opinion of the potential outcome if I were to give you a small history by stating that the last time that Morocco lost a game, 37 games away, who was against Cameroon since 2009. Will you change your opinion that the only team that Morocco have not beaten in Africa is Cameroon?
Ah, I, I'm the kind of a football fan that I like to go with, current form. Analyzing both teams based on how they've played in the tournament, based on how they've played the past few years, and I really don't see that happening. But one thing I do know about football, the big names, it's a game of 90 minutes, maybe 120 if it goes into extra time. Anything can happen. And when, powerhouse nations are meeting, it could be one mistake, a couple of mistakes, and, a
But
team that
again,
is.
let me bring something to your attention. Cameroon have played against Morocco 4 times, and the 4 times Cameroon have won 3 times and 1 draw. You still think that history is not going to be on our side today?
Uh,
Football, it is
I,
the way.
I
Football is
would
the
say I would say
football.
let's keep history aside and let's
And
not be
see.
sentimental here and
Okay,
be objective in our
analyzing.
analysis. Yeah. Because
Okay, I like your view, and we have had my brother from Nigeria here. He says that Morocco will have an edge over Cameroon. I say that Cameroon will have an edge over Morocco. It's going to be at least a 1-0 victory for Cameroon. Cameroon have done this over and over. We do not understand whether we are playing away or we're playing at home. And history is on our side. We defeated Morocco the last time. That was since 2009. They have not been defeated. And then we've come back again in Morocco to make sure that we give them a piece of the medicine that they've been giving to other countries. And then now that takes us to our second encounter that we'll be predicting and talking about. That will be the match between Nigeria versus
Algeria.
Algeria. So your thoughts?
That's another very tough match to predict. The Algerians have been very good this tournament. They've played beautiful European style football. So you can never count them out. On For the Nigerian team, I have to be honest about it. After our first game that we played, I think we narrowly won 1-0.
1-0.
Yes.
Played against Uganda, Tunisia,
yes.
and Tanzania.
Yeah, our first game was against Tanzania, 1-0. I told most of my friends and that, oh man, Nigeria was not going to make it far in this tournament. We are not good. We have really not been good for the past three years. Even the last Nations Cup that we made it to the final, I felt it was, a fairy tale story. We were not that good of a
It was
team.
a fairy tale story.
Yes, we were not. We're really not that good. If you watch our games, even when we beat Cameroon, was it in the semi-final or quarter-final? Yeah, it was not. We have not played well as a team. And after the second game against Tunisia, this present coach who has so far he's been the best coach that has coached Nigeria in years.
The last 15 to
He
20
changed.
years.
He made a couple of changes, changing our left back, going with a 2-man up front. The Lukman at the head of the diamond. He just changed the formation and a couple of personnel. And Nigeria, our last 3 games, I haven't seen Nigeria play this well in a long time.
They look like the Nigerians of old.
I may have to go back to the 94, 96 squad. Yeah, where you have Peter Rufai, J.J. Okocha, Rashidi Yekini.
Yes.
We have been lethal. We've scored what?
4 goals the last game.
Yeah, 4 goals the last game. The game before that, we scored 3. Against Tunisia, we put 3. We're scoring. The team is playing extremely well.
Firing.
I mean, if you would ask me, I know the Nigerian team will stand up, to the Algerians. But Algeria is a very, very good team. It will be one of my prediction. It will be one of the best games of the tournament because 2 teams playing open football,
with flair,
entertaining football. It's not gonna be the usual African, football, like you Cameroonians call it
Yes.
grish grish,
This power.
power. It's
Yes.
going to be an interesting game.
Exactly.
It's anybody's game, of course. As a Nigerian, I would, hope and wish for Nigeria. I believe we can beat the Algerians, but it's gonna be tough.
So, what are your predictions? A toss-up, Nigerian win, or Algerian win?
I would say Nigeria wins 3-2. It will be a
Nigeria to
high-scoring game.
Okay. When it comes to Nigeria, I chew my words. The last game I said Nigeria against Mozambique was going to be a toss-up. It was going to be a toss-up because Mozambique, they came to this tournament with everything that they had. The game that they played against Cameroon was magnificent. The game that they played against Ivory Coast was super game. And then I think when they met Nigeria, they ran out of steam. When you go to these tournaments, you just have how far you can go. But again, I also said Nigeria have to bring its A game to beat Mozambique, and they did. They did. They brought their A game and defeated Mozambique. And now the game, Nigeria versus Algeria, I'm 100% positive that Nigeria will go through. I've watched enough of the Nigerian team, and I've seen the kind of changes that the coach have made to realize that Nigeria is one of the is the unspoken favorite of this tournament. I think Nigeria, they're one of the countries to beat in this competition. And they've come a long way. When you have Osimhen firing on all cylinders, you have Lukman who is playing like crazy, and you have Iwobi,
He's been one of the best midfielders in the tournament.
the blind passes, the Ronaldinho passes that
I
he
have
gave
to
the
give
other
it
day
to
got
him.
me.
My only worry about Nigeria is our goalkeeper. Our goalkeeper is not good.
But that has been the perennial problem for
Yes.
Nigeria since the
Yes.
time of Peter Rofai. After Peter Rofai left,
No,
Nigeria have not had a really
we've
good
had
goalkeeper that can
Vincent
protect it.
Iyama, who arguably has been our best goalkeeper in the
Okay.
history of Nigeria. He was phenomenal.
So I
But
still-
our present goalkeeper is
he's the
against
weakest-
Mozambique.
he's the weakest link.
We were so good. I don't think Mozambique had a shot on goal. Yeah, in that game, and
Yeah.
that was the only because our goalkeeper is so shaky. And Algeria is a free flowing playing team. They would attack us. He would see some action. Can he live up to it? That's the $1 million question.
That's a $1 million question, right? I still think that Nigeria will go through. I've seen enough of Nigeria to think that their suspect is mostly the defense. I think the defense line is where I have a bit of issue. The way through passes go through the defense, I don't appreciate it. But the midfield, they're up to the task. They have a very good defensive midfielder, and they have two wonderful players up front. If the coach can come up with Osimhen and figure out a way to play this kid from Trabzonspor, Onoha, what's his name again?
Onuachu?
Yeah, Onuachu. Oh,
Yeah, but
God, I love that kid.
Akko
I love
Adams
that kid.
is playing.
Akko Adams is playing, but I'm telling you, that kid.
In my
that
opinion,
kid
he's
is great.
played better than Osimhen in this tournament.
Yeah,
far.
so but will the coach have the guts to sit opinion?
I don't
to sit
think.
on
No. It's not. It's
That's
not gonna
always-
happen.
that-
This
that's
will
always-
not
that's
happen.
always a problem.
Those are the two starters. You don't change a winning team.
Yeah, that's always a problem with African coaches. They have a specific way in which they stick to certain things that works out for them. But I will go with the kid from Trabzonspor. What did you say his name again?
Paul Onuachu.
Yes, his height gives you an advantage. Area dominance in the post in the 18-meter box.
Osimhen has
You
that.
can never defeat that.
Akko Adams too has the height.
Yeah, but
He's
he
very good on the ball.
He distributes the ball.
He's faster than he's good on the ball. Better than Osimhen on the ball.
But you say Osimhen
ball player.
There was a
But of
controversy.
course, Osimhen-
There was a controversy between Osimhen and Lukman. How did that work out?
I mean, personally, I feel it's just Osimhen has always been like that. His passion for the game. He always wants the ball, and you know how football is.
Yes.
As a striker, you would not always get the ball, but these things happen in football. Let's not make a big deal out of it.
It happens on a daily basis.
Yeah.
When I see players fighting amongst themselves, I'm happy. It just shows their desire to win, and it shows that they know what time it is. They know exactly what is at stake, and they want to make sure that they go for the victory. They don't fight against each other because they hate each other. They fight against each other because they want to score and they want to win games. You may look at it differently, but at the end of the day, players just want to win. It's not because he wants to be the highest goal scorer of the tournament. Before the game against Mozambique, he have not scored, but that was not an issue. That day he scored about 3. So he's always the guy that will always come through for you. So Osimhen and his guys, I'm positive that they're going to come through against Algeria. Algeria, they are very, very skillful. tactically astute. But now, what is lacking with the Algerian team that I have perceived over the course of the competition is physically, they are one step behind Nigeria when it comes to that. It is not by chance that most West African teams are physical. They're physically fit.
Yes,
They're physically fit, and
the
that
fufu.
physique, I guess, it's the fufu and everything. They're physically fit, and they can measure up to any other opponent that they meet in the course of this tournament. So, your prediction again: Nigeria to win, 3-2.
3-2.
My prediction: Nigeria to win. I don't predict scores, but Nigeria is going to go through, and Nigeria all the way to the finals. To me, that's going to be my prediction. The way I've seen Nigeria. If Nigeria comes with its A game on every given game, I've not seen an African country.
Oh yes, the way we've played
expectations.
the last 3 games,
Yes.
an exception of the first game against Tanzania. Oh no, it will be any team that will take out Nigeria from this tournament. Yeah, it would be a shocker. And I'm saying this because I'm actually having to, eat my words, because initially I even had some friends that, they keep attacking me. Oh, we told you we're gonna get better. I'm like, I don't play sentimental football.
Yes.
When we played our first game, and even prior to that, like I told you, the last 2-3 years, our qualifiers were so poor that it was on. We can't beat Rwanda. We can't beat Sierra Leone.
That was not down to that was not down to the talent. That was down to the political structure. That was down to the
whatever it
team,
is.
the
But
coaches.
the national team was of course. Well, let's not even go into that.
Yeah,
when we start getting into management,
yes, it was not down to the
football
talent.
federations in Africa, it's just so appalling. That
the same thing with Cameroon. It has never been done. Cameroon and Nigeria. Let us be clear about one thing. Cameroon and Nigeria, they're not making it to the World Cup because of lack of talent. They have not made it to the World Cup because of the political situation that
politics of football
politics
that affects
that interfered in the running of the game during the qualification.
It affects the on-field play.
Because you can see
they can't run away from it. I mean, a few days ago we even heard players refuse to train because of they were not paid their match bonuses for the tournament so far.
But is it not?
And it happens every time.
That brings us to this other aspect. Those players are not ashamed to keep on demanding money from their national federations when they're all millionaires in Europe.
No. But that's not. If it's their entitlement, you have to give it to them, and they know that money is available. But we have these officials of our football federation, NFF, who squander this money. They've seen them in the host nation, Morocco, living lavish lives, and they feel, yes, you have to. It doesn't matter.
Are you saying that
like
these players should sacrifice?
I have an analogy that I think it was the great boxer Floyd Mayweather.
Mayweather.
Yeah, his father. When some reporter asked his father, "Oh, if your son is so rich, then why is he still boxing?" And he told him, "Okay, why does Bill Gates still make computers if he's a billionaire?" So you don't look at. We don't care whether they're millionaires or not. If that's it, yeah, a lot of them, that money they probably want to give it out to people. To their loved ones. And they may not need the money.
The millions that they make in Europe, they cannot give their love. Are you saying that? Are you insinuating that these European players who make a lot of money, the hourly wage is equal to what they are demanding of their nations? They should hold the nation to ransom because someone is not willing to pay them on time?
Okay, why is the money not being paid to them?
That's the political part of things.
Okay, so yeah.
But are you saying that
wrong?
They should sacrifice?
If the money, they know the money is there. Trust me, these guys, they know. They too, they follow the politics. They understand everything that is going on.
Yes.
Some of these,
NFF
officials are riding in Rolls Royce and luxury cars.
Should they be riding bikes?
Okay, then that might be people's money. They use it to buy those things.
Will you be happy if the president of Nigeria Football Federation pulls over on a bike?
Give the players their money.
But we're talking about $5,000, $10,000 when these guys are making $50,000 per week, $100,000 per week.
It doesn't matter.
I just think it's not about jeopardizing the nation's interest because of something that you can go back home and
let us learn to do things right. Do we ever hear issues like this with the European country, even the South American. I think there was a particular World Cup where the Argentine team players they sponsored themselves because they knew that the country was bankrupt. There was no money.
So you think African
you
countries
know,
are not bankrupt?
no, the money is there. They have the money. Trust me, and the players know.
And
That's
the
why
players know that they have the
yes,
money.
yes, they know.
But I think our players can do better. They can do better. They can put aside
If you
those
say
kind
so.
of minute things and put the national flag ahead of everything. You're giving joy to people who don't have the means to have that joy. There's someone in Kano or someone in Maiduguri whose own happiness have been awaiting this competition to get some joy out of the miserable life that he's going through, and then you come and sit on that pedestal and say, no, you don't want to play
It's
because
no
you've not been given
excuse
50
for them
million.
not to get their money.
Another thing is this: the amount of money that they're requesting supersedes or is way above the salary that civil servants make per week. If they were to pay them the way they pay everybody in the country, and they will not have that issue.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that.
How about
FIFA gives FIFA CAF, they give these nations money for coming to the tournament, for playing, for advancing. It's their entitlement.
Are you saying that it's okay for a civil servant to work for 10 years in Nigeria and not make up to 10 million naira, but it's okay for a Nigerian player to refuse to play for the national team because he have not been given 10 million naira for one game?
How much do we make here in America, and how much do the sports stars make?
If they generate the money that you use for infrastructure and other activities, if you ask those presidents, they'll tell you that they have use for that money.
Let's just leave,
Yes, but
if we sit down and debate, we need a special segment for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching. And again, you've heard our predictions. Cameroon to go through against Morocco. My brother here says Morocco will have a slight edge over Cameroon. Cameroon will go through against Morocco. I'm looking forward to Kofane, who have been the revelation of the competition, to continue his journey to the top. I'm looking forward to players like Che Malone, who have come from nowhere and have been another revelation of the competition with a Song Bahana style of play that makes me so happy to have brought Cameroon to this stage.
Another thing, no, sorry to interject. Another thing about Cameroon has the same issues that Nigeria has. Goalkeeper.
Exactly.
Your goalkeeper too is
a
not
passer.
good. Yeah, he's a suspect.
A passer is our weakest link, but hopefully he will help us today. It will be a firework. Hey, a passer is our weakest link, but he comes through when he gets to this stage. When he gets to this stage, he has always proven himself. If you watch Cameroon Brazil the last World Cup, a passer was magnificent. We had the world best players coming at him with all kind of balls, and this guy was up to the task. On his good days, he will save the nation. On his very average days, he will let us down. I'm hoping that he will come through for us today. Again, at the defense line, we have Nuhu, who is Captain Cameroon. Captain Cameroon is there to protect the defense line with Koto and Che Malone. The midfield, we have the likes of Evon and Baleba. These are players who can hold their own. We know that in Mbuemo, we're asking a lot of you, but you have to continue to offer that much until we get to the finish line. I know it's not fair on you that all the burden have been placed on you, but hey, Mbuemo, you're up to the task here from Manchester United. When you play at that top, they expect more from you than any other regular player. So that, to me, those Cameroon players will be able to step up to the plate. My fellow Nigerians, I think you guys are going to come through. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I think Nigeria will come through. I'm looking forward to a Cameroon-Nigeria finals. And there's a reason why I look forward to that Cameroon-Nigeria finals. History is always on our side. We are on separate paths. We can only meet at the finals. And when it comes to Cameroon-Nigeria, history has always been on Cameroon's side. So I have a specific reason why I want that to happen. Cameroon-Morocco, history has been on our side. But let's not forget that Cameroon-South Africa, history was on South Africa's side. And what happened? We defeated South Africa. I only have confidence, Cameroon. We don't know what is called home and away pitch. Every pitch to us is a pitch. Every ground is a home ground. That's in our DNA. And nothing is impossible when it comes to Cameroon.
Still can't forget 2000.
Last words?
I mean, let's enjoy the games. Very impressed with Morocco, the host nation. It's a world
Exemplary.
standard tournament. Yeah,
They deserve
good
people to World Cup.
facilities, everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one African nation that
Makes
it's,
us proud.
makes us proud. Qualified to host a World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice tournament.
And
Thank
any
you,
last
guys.
words to your fellow Nigerians and Cameroonians?
Good luck to everyone. Let the best teams win.
Hello, guys. Do not forget to subscribe to our Football Forecast show. We'll bring you more analysis, news after news, information upon information. That way, you're properly informed all the time. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button again. And thanks again for watching. Have a blessed day, and I wish you guys luck. Bye.